Hello, everybody,
Hello, everybody.
and welcome to Nailed Him.
Man, I thought you were going to keep saying hello, everybody, so we could be like those bands, those groups that, like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
What are they called? They're like harmonizer groups. They're like, hello, everybody, hello, everybody, hello, everybody.
Nope.
It's okay. Well, I was there by myself, so that's all that matters. I hope you're not all by yourself watching this video.
But if you are, you're not alone because we're here with you. In spirit and thought. And maybe out your window.
That was a little much. We don't need to be there.
It's an evil Morty now. We have to be somewhat evil.
So we don't have to be evil. Evil Morty can be evil.
Yeah, but he seduced me into evilness. Oh, and shout out to our fan, Hey Bear.
Hey Bear.
Hey Bear, where do you come from? Hey Bay Girl, Hey Bay World.
That's the best song in the world. I think it was top of the charts in 1954.
All right. Give these people some flippin' tips.
Okay. So I'm making I'm not making Rick. I'm making Morty's head. And whenever I do circular things, you'll see me kind of like, I don't just drag out of the circle if I want to perfect the circle. I'll kind of go from inside the circle and kind of grab, this is hard to describe, grab a ball from the inside of the circle so that when I drag it around to the outside of the circle, the bubble kind of comes with it and it'll make it look round. I hope you understand that. But that helps me like make straighter lines. Because if I'm just doing, I guess I should say rounder lines, not straighter lines. Because like right here, I'm just dragging out. But see right there, I kind of go in to where the gel already is and drag it out because it makes the bubble make the outside line round. So this is just the shirt. And I cured in between the head and the shirt so that if they touched, then they won't start melting together. So it makes it a little bit easier. Same thing with this part. So whenever you have like moving parts, then I always try to cure them separately so they don't all melt into one another.
And of course we edit that out because the video would be way too long if we left all that in.
You're welcome. And also I'm doing a white base coat, and this kind of helps me get a good, not base coat, but it's an actual gel polish. But I'm doing a base layer of white gel polish so that because the background is black, if I were to just paint gel polish on top of it, sometimes if the gel polish is not the most pigmented, then it just won't show up as well as brightly. So that's why I'm painting with a base coat of white. And this helps me also just kind of map things out anyways. So, and those little dots are his fingers, as I'm sure you can tell. And then this little silver thing is the little, is it his eyeball patch thing that he connects?
Evil Morty's eye patch.
Yes.
That he probably doesn't even need.
What do you mean he doesn't need it? He has wires sticking out of his eye. That's why he covers it.
I know, but his eye still works, so why would he cover it?
So then no one knows he's Evil Morty. Duh.
Yeah, but don't you see that? Actually, I don't want to share spoilers. But there's an episode where he doesn't have the eye patch, and you still can't tell he's Evil Morty. So.
Oh, I can't remember that.
Remember the election and everything?
Why can't I remember his... I thought he always had his eye patch. Whoops.
You're just thinking of the one episode with Evil Morty. Is she even a Rick and Morty fan?
Yeah, I like
Does she even know Pickle Rick?
I love Pickle Rick.
If you guys want to see a Pickle Rick now, let us know.
Pickle Rick! I love Pickle Rick. They should have called him Rickle.
The Pickle?
I should be a writer on the show.
I should be a hand model on the show, if they ever need one.
So what I just did is a good example of how if you don't have a color, then make it yourself, girl or boy. So I just put on a color that was pretty similar. So this one, you can tell it's a little lighter. And then I just went in with a little bit of like a gray that I had to make it a little bit more muted and not so like yellowy. So.
Looks good. Good job. I train you well.
So mistakes, we all make them. So we're going to talk about them in this video. So as I'm doing some polishes on top of the white, sometimes it'll just kind of like fade out. Same with those fingers. So if you're doing multiple coverages at a time, then just make sure you watch them before you end up putting it in the light.
Speaking of mistakes, you got a hand model mistake right now. I think it's the first one I've ever made. But look at how out of frame I let us go.
Uh-oh, SPAGHETTIOS.
Actually, it wasn't a mistake. I did it on purpose to build dramatic suspense so you guys couldn't see what's happening.
Oh, good cover-up, good cover-up.
Genius. I'm smarter than Evil Morty. And Rick. And the Council of Ricks. All combined.
I don't know about that. Then why aren't you on the Council of Ricks?
Because it got destroyed. Have you not seen the TV show?
Why is it your name Rick?
Because I'm smarter than Rick. I'm nailed him.
Okay, we gotta talk about another mistake. So, his shirt is a lot longer than I originally had mapped out. So, I, in, what do you want to call it?
Great fashion.
Laziness or great fashion. Yeah, we'll go with that. I, instead of putting another thing of white down here where I'm painting right now, I just put some yellow there. And it kind of made it as thick as the rest of his shirt was. And because of that, that gel was too thick. So when I cure it and bring it back, you can see some dimpling, which means it didn't cure properly. So do as I say, not as I do. And don't make your gel layers too thick.
Rookie mistake. And I probably tell you to fix it later on the video, and you probably fix it because I'm a genius.
Oh,
and it wasn't on your own.
Whatever.
It wasn't on your own because I totally noticed it before this voiceover.
Oh my goodness. Are you guys used to his BS yet? You should be by all these videos already.
Way to call me out.
Hey, it makes me laugh. It should make them laugh. It's a good quality.
See? Told you I told her to fix it.
I try fixing it by going over it, but you know, it's like if you make a mistake and you just put a Band-Aid over it, it's still going to be a mistake under there. So it wasn't a very stable nail, as I remember the end of it where that yellow was. Sometimes if you like put a really thin layer of gel top coat on top of it, then it'll kind of cure the top layer. So it's a little more cured, but like if I were to really start digging in on that yellow part, or because he goes rock climbing, so I think that's what happened is he went rock climbing and that little part kind of gelled off.
Still look good, and I got tons of compliments from my climbing friends. And when I was cutting wood in the forest with my lumberjack buddies, they compliment it as well, because nail art is manly.
Very true. So, as you can see, I did his right eye, then I did his left eye, and his right eye just kept seeping out, especially because it wants to follow like the curvature of his face because there's two different heights right there. So I just ended up erasing that one because it was like just fading out way too much, and I hadn't cured the yellow yet, so that's why I just went back and fixed the yellow. So be aware of that if you're like making an eyeball and there's two, like there's the base layer that's lower and then the face layer that's higher. You'll probably want to do that portion last, like right before you enter in the light, so that it doesn't try to melt out, kind of like this one is doing.
And for those of you who are curious, we did do a lumberjack set of nails. We haven't posted the YouTube video of it yet, but it's on our Instagram. And our Instagram is Nailed Him, so check it out. We put tons and tons of nails on there, and any one of those nails has a video. We just haven't posted all of them yet. So if you want to see a specific video of a nail, comment on our Instagram. Let us know.
Exactly. We have an arsenal. This is like one of my favorite things about painting cartoon characters because I feel like it just instantly gives them attitude when you do their eyelids a certain way. I dig it.
And Evil Morty has some serious attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And his theme song is amazing.
It is. So much so that you were kind of obsessed with it for like a month after we listened to it. You like had to find it out right after.
I can't remember the name of it.
Good.
It's Red Something Something.
Oh, I can't remember it either.
But they even have a weird trap remix on it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Not Netflix.
I was
YouTube.
like, wait. I said yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. So with my outlining that I'm doing right now, I have a not so pigmented black, and I just got an art gel that's blacker and thicker and a little bit more controllable. So you'll see some better outlines in the future. And if you are dealing with something like this at home and you're doing nail art with it, my recommendation is to just go with a really light layer at first so it doesn't seep out, and then just keep building on that layer, because gel tends to like to stick to gel. So that's why, like, if like the eye I was talking about earlier, it wants to kind of fade out and follow the face. Same thing with the outline. So it's usually easier if you kind of build a base layer of your outline first and then thicken it up and darken it up with some more cures and some more layers, because then it won't have the tendency to fade out and it has something to cling to, that base layer.
And the original song's called For the Damaged Coda by the Blonde Redhead. And I just remembered that. I didn't even have to pull up my phone and look it up and be quiet the whole time and let her and Nell Tim do it, the nail artist.
Wow, you're so intelligent. I wish I had memory like you.
It's like a steel trap.
That's so awesome.
Ask one of our fans, Haley Bear. She knows that I'm a pure genius. Every time I see her, she just tells me, wow, you're so smart and not obnoxious at all. Give them nail tips.
Okay. And if you watch some of our other videos, whenever I'm doing like cleanup of my lines, sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use a metal tool, that like cuticle, it's like the other end of a cuticle pusher. Sometimes I use a wooden stick. It kind of just depends on what's next to me and also what I'm working on. Like if it was, like ideally, I probably would have used a brush for these teeny little things that I was cleaning up instead of that cuticle pusher, just because it's a little bit more precise. But for whatever reason, I use the metal pusher, so that's fine. So you can use whatever you have. Sometimes, like if you just have a toothpick, then use a toothpick. You do what you gotta do, man or woman.
And now you have seen the evil Morty nail art.
And he has seen you, and he will follow you home.
And we have a Rick one that we're going to post one day.
Are you excited?
And we have some acrylic stuff we've done. I just need to edit the videos. I'm being slow. Comment down below what you want to see. Give us a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe. And if you want to be the first ones to see our video, hit the little bell icon.
Thanks for watching.
Ciao, ciao.